Well, it's April 30th of 23, and we're just out here this morning driving around Lumby area looking for an old circular saw there to cut up some firewood, some old antique thing, belt driven. We're just gonna try to locate it up here and load her up and bring her home. Plan on cutting up a little firewood the old school way with a belt driven saw. I got the tractor that has a belt pulley on it, so we're gonna rig her up like that and see how much work that's all about. I think I'm on the right path here. He said it's a shared driveway, so I got some people up there working with some firewood, so I'm gonna assume this is the place. Said he'd be working at some firewood. Yep, right place. We drove around a little bit and got up to the saw. Here it is. And there it's in the truck. We'll pick you back up again when we get back to the house. Well, we're going to get this little John Deere going and see if we can offload our saw. I thought somehow miraculously it would have caught on the bucket and kept straight, but clearly that's not going to happen. Yeah, adjustments. Just happen to have another chain here. Maybe that'll work. Pretty flimsy iron on there. It looks like bed frame angle iron. Well, there it is. We just got to put some, I'm going to put some, maybe these beams on the feet there to give it the support on the ground. It's got 4 legs there. But that's it in a nutshell. I'm going to cut sawwood here. Get ready for winter already. I'm going to use this Case D because it has a pulley on it. It's the only tractor out of 3 or 4 that I got here that has a pulley on it. But to make the belt go up to the saw, we got to remove this blade assembly, which is not going to be a loss because I don't use it for anything anymore. I got these cats laying around, so I use them for pushing anything. And it really wasn't the greatest darn rigging in the world anyway. And the tractor will look a lot better without it on. So off it goes. A little bit of a wrestling match to get that blade off the front of that tractor, the blade and frame assembly, but we got her. Tig, he knows that this is going to be a pretty sketchy operation, so he's got nothing to do with it. He's up high in the roof of the woodshed there, so just watch him from a distance. There we got that frame off that old Case D and the blade there hanging on the front end loader. We're going to move it on down to the lower part of the yard there and put it in the old abandoned pile. I guess I could save that ram and the hoses, but the rest is just going to be scrap. There we got a front end view of the Case D. All that fabric cobbled makeshift blade is taken off there, including the frame for it. And all we're left is the external pump on the front of the tractor and some hoses and the hydraulic spool, which will come in handy. I plan on using this for the log splitter. Since our cameraman is gone again.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid, you know. One more. That's a little bent. The foot is a little bent, but I think we did her. That's what we come up with for a temporary anchor for that saw. A couple of bigger beams there. It's bolted right down to them, and then beams are nailed to those two 2x6s that stick out there. The plan is to just drive the tractor up on top of the two boards there, belt her up, and just to see how this works. It should be fine. When I decide, or if I decide I'm going to use this, I'll make maybe a cement or a concrete base for that saw to hold it down solid onto the ground. But for now, it's we're going to belt up.
Well, there we have it. We got one piece cut, and we flipped the belt off on the second cut, and we both realized that this is just not an ideal setup. You know, instead of hurting ourselves, we just want to prove that the darn thing worked. The saw blade is pretty cheesy. Should be a better blade on it, but the rest of the log gets cut up with a chainsaw. Anyway, we'll catch up to you later.